I'll go ahead and call the Livingston Municipal Planning Commission meeting to order. I'd like to welcome each one tonight. Before I go any further, I just want to mention, talk with Matilda, and she's had like 30-something treatments right now, so we need to remember her in our thoughts and prayers. Hope for the best for Matilda. Item number 2, approval of the January 24th, 2022 minutes as printed.
I move we accept them.
I have a motion by Rick that we accept them. I need a second.
I wasn't here.
Okay. Who's here? Anybody else here?
Michelle was here.
Yeah, it's still second.
Second.
Oh, okay, I'll say.
Okay, Lucretia, second. Okay. All for the motion, let me on by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, item number 3, consideration of final subdivision plat of property located on Water Street, Assurance Development and Management Corporation Division.
All right. So like I was saying, this is a phase 1 of a preliminary plat that was approved 2 or 3 months ago, called Adam Estates. Both lots are on Water Street, served by a 10-inch water line, 8-inch sanitary sewer. As far as I know, it meets all requirements.
Yes, thank you, Taylor. So it's 1.87 lots into 2 proposed new lots located on Water Street. The lot 1 is 1.06 acres and is currently vacant. Lot 2 is 0.81 acres and is currently vacant. And like Taylor said, 10-inch water line, 8-inch sewer line. It is zoned R1 for low-density residential, so the only use would be single-family residential housing. Another thing that Taylor said, this was part of the name on it is Assurance Development and Management Corporation. I'm still going to get with Ken about that name, but Ken Mabry is one of the partners in this. And so if you'll remember, it's right there where Water and 7th and High Tech Drive all come together. Yes, and like I said, we have given it preliminary approval several months ago. I want to say maybe October or something like that of last year. And so this is just phase 1, and it meets all of our requirements. All the infrastructure is already in the ground. Fire hydrant is existing. It's on the extreme southwest corner of the drawing there. I'm guessing that's where High Tech and Water come together. It's at that intersection.
Yeah, that sewer line running up is on High Tech.
Yeah, and so I see no issue with this.
And the question is just whether we recommend this to the mayor and board of aldermen?
No, this is as far as it goes.
This is it?
Yeah. It's, like I said, just simple 2-lot division.
Thank you, Tom. Any questions? If not, I would need a motion that we approve the site plan as presented.
I recommend we approve the site plan. It seems certainly reasonable to me.
I need a second for someone.
Second.
Okay. All for, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Taylor, once you get all signatures, let us know, and we'll get you in contact with our secretary, and he'll be able to sign that for you. Okay.
Item number 4, consideration of final site plan for multifamily housing uses located on East Main Street, Campbell site plan.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. If you all will remember, this is the property directly across from Wayne's Grill, and we saw this a couple of months ago during the rezoning phase. It was previously zoned C2, and it is now zoned, it was previously zoned C3, and it is now zoned R2, which is, allows for multifamily residential by right. And so what we are looking at today is a copy of the final site plan as submitted by Cody Campbell. Cody did you hand me a copy of the site plan?
Here.
Okay, my apologies. And so this site plan is for 42, are you gonna do all of it tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so this is for 42 multifamily units. Lots 1 through 26 will be townhomes, and they will be on each individual standalone lot.
Yes.
So 1 through 26 will each be its own lot. And then the remainder is or will be, if it gets that far, will be common area to be maintained by a homeowners association. The street that goes through it will be a city street.
It will be a private street.
It will be a private street maintained by the homeowners
HOA.
association. Sorry about that. Thank you, Cody.
Here's a gravel.
Well, I'll get to that here in just a second. And right now, I'm just speaking about lots 1 through 26. Okay. And then there is a turnaround there for emergency vehicles, school buses, things of that nature. And then you have spoken with all of you've spoken with Jerry Dale Kennedy, Wayne Peak, Rocky Dial. Infrastructure is as it should be. What about with regards to fire protection for these first 26 lots?
So the fire protection, because of the new codes that are in there, we're gonna have to put in a residential sprinkler system in each unit. And along with that, there'll be 3 fire hydrants along that road to feed the property as well.
So 3 fire hydrants in each one of lots 1 through 26 will be sprinkled.
All of them will eventually be sprinkled.
Okay, and so access is off of East Main Street, which is a state route, and which will require TDOT
Yes.
driveway cut for ingress egress. from
Yeah,
that.
it'll require a state permit from the state to have access from East Main Street.
Okay. And then we'll turn our attention to lots 27 through 42, which is on the north side there. Your access to those apartments will be off of a proposed extension of a city street, Wayne Street. So the access will not be off of South Hillcrest Drive.
That is correct. So the gravel drive that you see there depicted in the drawing is actually an extension and owned by the city of Wayne Street. I spoke with Wayne Peak about it, also spoke with the mayor. They actually plan on extending that out about 230 feet.
Around 230 feet, and actually the work they've done today on extending that down through there as far as they're straightening it up, they're grading that out and preparing for the next step as it comes along.
So it will be an extension of Wayne Street, and it will extend beyond our proposed ingress egress there for those units. So therefore, it should be Wayne Street is a city maintained street. Off of Wayne Street will be a private drive that then will be maintained by an HOA as well.
Yes, and lots 27 through 42 at this time will not be divided. They will be one, that will just be one.
Those also
one lot.
will have the 0 lot line as well. So those will be deeded. They will have each individual one, but it will be owned by one member.
But you want to create individual deeds for 27 through 42 as well?
That's the end goal, yes.
Okay.
Again, access to, looks like units 39 through 42 is going to be coming off this new street or the southern spur of of Wayne Street.
And not off of Hillcrest, even though they're, looks like within 50 to 50 feet or so of Hillcrest.
Yes.
Okay.
The layout was a little easier to go in and out of the property from that street.
Also, the church that is located directly across from that, it would be, in my opinion, and I don't know, Christian, what your thoughts are, but be less congested if they accessed off of that extension of Wayne Street than coming in and out right there directly
Yes.
across from the church.
That's because we had mentioned about the hill, the traffic and the dangers
Yes.
of that? Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yes, and that's another reason from the state, we can't access Main Street at all on that lot because of that hill. So the only access we have is actually from Hillcrest, and I wanted to bring that further down away from the church as well for less congestion.
Tommy, it's Wayne Avenue.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
As far as our requirements established by our zoning ordinance, these meet all of our requirements with the exception of the lot sizes and the setbacks. And that, in my opinion, is simply because we do not have any regulations that govern townhouses. So this is very common in other cities where a townhouse development, there's individual ownership of each lot, and then a collective homeowners association maintain the yards and the streets that they're on. Cody's not asking for anything out of the ordinary. It's just
Yeah.
we don't have something in our regulations that address it.
Usually goes by zero lot line, lots is what it's called, where they meet up. There's ownership to those lots. It's basically the footprint of that foundation of what that house sits on is what they own. They do not own any of the green space or the streets or anything like that. That is maintained by the actual association within the homeowners.
But it meets all of our density requirements and things of that nature. And like I said, Cody has talked to each individual street or each individual department here at the
Yes.
city to make sure that all the infrastructure is in place. And Christian, you can back that up. So we don't have to worry about infrastructure or anything like that. And the BZA will meet directly after us to determine whether or not that he can have those zero lot lines and individual lots.
Any questions from anyone on this? I know Cody's been working on this a long time, trying to get all this approved. And okay, if not, I'm going to have a motion that we accept this site plan as printed.
I move we accept it.
I'll second.
JJ, second. Okay. All for, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Got it. Got it?
No, we got one more thing real quick to talk about. Under other business. We just had it brought up. We have one more thing under other business that we need to just briefly talk about.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Just ask if there's any other business, and I'll call Christian up.
To here.
Yep.
So you need to come forward.
Yeah, Christian does.
Christian, could you come forward, please?
Yeah, Christian, if you would, just address the commission about the issues that we've been having with regards to trash receptacles and things of that nature, and what will probably be coming before us here in the upcoming months.
So what we've been dealing with, and it sort of falls under property maintenance, regulations. But then again, so what we're looking at is, in some of our multifamily units, we are having issues with people compiling their trash out by the street in disarray. And there's a couple of them that are falling into this category. So, in some apartments, they'll be bringing out used furniture, their household trash, and it might sit there a couple of days. Even though this is the designated area that the trash, that we will pick it up, it's just in the time frame that it's sitting there is becoming a little bit of an issue on a couple of our units here in town. And what we would like to do is ask for some type of screening in our planned commercial. Tommy, there is a trash screening already in our C zone there, not in R2. So we would like some ideas and some thoughts on how to take care of this. And so Tommy and I have spoke a little bit about it, and if we just add it to our zoning, then it won't back up and pick up anything that is existing. It will only be from here on. So that's an issue that we've been having. I get complaints about it, and then of course the next day everything disappears because the trash truck runs and picks it up. But in the meantime, it is causing a problem for some people.
Is this related with people maybe moving out of these apartments and all the trash that comes from that?
Some of it is because sometimes you'll see couches and mattresses, sure. and then sometimes it's just a lot of household trash. And these the two level units, with several people living in each unit, you're going to acquire a lot of trash, and they might bring it out a day earlier than they should and things of that nature.
Could this be as simple a fix as calling the city and saying, hey, the neighbor's got a whole lot of trash put out a week early or 4 or 5 days early? And I know sometimes maybe they're just being cooperative, but they'll send a trash truck around and pick up.
Well, in some cases that works out, and then some cases that we're shorthanded, and you can't, there's certain days that these people know we're coming. So it's not I realize sometimes, you have a little more, and if you do have some unexpected stuff, you can call in a work order, and we try to get that taken care of, at that time. So that does happen, and then, sometimes we just can't get there, exactly when it needs to be. But it's something we're going to have to address, and how we address it, is, hopefully, we can come up with some good ideas on what to do.
Is this basically just two that you're talking about right now, Christian? Two places?
Basically, it is 2 units. Some of them have screening. Some of them have a concrete area boxed in that, they're expected to put their trash in. Some of them have individual cans that they take out, which is what we prefer, that and then as we pick up the trash, you remove your can and put it back in a location that's not left out to blow around. But yeah, 2 basically right now is what we're dealing with.
I think one of it's a chicken egg type situation, and because if someone has left a mess out in front of their home, we can go out there and issue them a citation, but then they've got to come to court, and then the judge will give them a certain amount of time to clean it up, and by the time all that happens, it's gone. And then a couple days later, it might reappear, but it's not an existing problem. It's one that comes and then disappears. So that's extremely difficult to police. Correct?
To file property maintenance paperwork and actually have them, found to be guilty of something, so I go out and take pictures and the trash is there. Well, most every week it's gone. It's a weekly happening, but it is an eyesore. I agree that it is it does create a problem. For neighbors.
I think it's the first time I've seen it in the paper, though, a violation that you put in there. Is that correct?
The first time in the paper?
Yeah.
No, we have had some that run the paper, and so what you're seeing right there is people that wouldn't accept their registered mail, and so we had to, so that's our next step is to run the paper, but there's been a couple of those already.
Would one big dumpster setting somewhere be any help for that?
So the problem is we don't have a truck that picks up those dumpsters. And so that, I mean, you can, there's people that do, but you would have to contract and it would be a cost to either all of them together as a HOA or the owner themselves,
Any other questions to Christian? Thank you, Christian. Thank you. Okay. Any other business if necessary? You have anything else, Tommy? No? Bickerback? JJ? No, sir. Lucretia? No. No? Okay. I need a motion. We adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Ricky Mack?